Okay, here we are in Nürburgring. We're gonna make some laps here in the Assetto Corsa Competizione, the official GT World Challenger game. I have to say I'm very impressed with the quality of the game so far, and I really like it. So I'm gonna make you one lap to see how it's going on. So far I just changed some configuration of the pedals, but no big thing. Now we're gonna go to make one lap. So far it's all I do is just I didn't touch nothing of the setup configuration, everything is standard. I have to say, feel really good. I have to say the force feedback is the first thing that impressed me in this game. Is driver come mainly from R Factor 2, R Factor 1. This out of the box is feel way better. I have to say it's good made at the I don't know how to if you like it called physics, because it's a term that people use in sim racing, but the game feel at least what is hardly I can achieve is with R Factor 2 is I feel the video game is doing what I'm doing with my wheel, my steering wheel. Now I feel really, I move it and it's really synchronized in my head. It's really very similar to the real life what you expect when you move. The steering wheel and the reaction of the car, I have to say, is kind of no weird thing like in Factor 1 or 2. The first week was a problem, you don't feel it's quite good, you have to manage a lot of knowledge of configuration. If you don't know that little tricks, you are one or half a second more slow, even you have the skill to go more fast, but it's just problem of configuration of the game, especially in the steering wheel and in the pedals. But this game, I don't know if I'm fast, but it's really comfortable, it's really good made. I'm driving with 450 degrees of the steering wheel. Well, maybe it's too short, maybe I have to run 540, but don't feel it's too fast, the steering. It's feel quite good, guys, really. It's like, I was thinking about it, it's feel like really smooth, it's really playable, you like it, you don't have to have so much knowledge of the configuration of the game or your steering wheel or I don't know, any technical things like should tune up. It's really good made in that way, it's very standard. It's really feel good. The force feedback is the way so far is the best I feel just from the box, not tuning up nothing. I had to change nothing. I don't know about the dead zone or what they're talking about in R Factor 2 about the over making the force feedback so you lose some kind of feeling. This feels really good. I feel all the bump in the circuit. I feel when I go to the curve, and it's really not a thing like R Factor have a problem with just go to the curves. You feel like it's some hammer is hitting your steering wheel. This game don't do. This circuit particular, I don't know if it's about the circuit or it's the game, like how it's managed the force feedback, but really this feel, I don't know, really good. You feel you are in control of the car. It feels like it really should do one real car. But I'm gonna give another one because I enjoyed in the driving of this particular car. I'm not so much GT car fan, but really this mode or this game is really good made. I think the modders they make this they are very good, because really the game is worth it to pay some money if you have quality of mod. I'm sorry, but it's my honest opinion. You can have a lot of mods in Air Factor 2 for free, but they are not close to give you, at least for me, the satisfaction, or at least the feel me happy to drive it. It's always a problem. It's always the guys, they know better, or they develop the mode, they have some secret you don't know about the physics of the car, what you have to touch, what you don't have to touch. This car is feel drivable with the setup it came with. I didn't touch anything, and the car behave like, I don't know, but I start to get confidence lap by lap to push the limit of the car. And that is something I've never felt before in Air Factor 2. I was feeling I have to keep the car driving in a piece of ice. So it was so tricky to keep the car in confident, gain the feel like comfortable when you drive it. But this car is filled from the moment you plug the wheel and you get out of the circuit. It's feel like you can keep pushing, and you see. You warm up your tires and you get a better lap time. Because as you see, I don't change so much my driver line. It's just about everything work like should be. It's like it's very good made mod. The car don't make some tricky movement like from the back part. Of course it's GT, but it's very comfortable with you can control how it's slicing your rear. There, I was talking about it, and I put too much down the. But you see, it's something you can lose a little bit the back, but it's still improving your lap time. Some people can call it this is not simulation, but I think it's the real life. Oh, I'll lose it. But see, I can control. I use my skills so I should do to control the car on the street, and the car is behaving like that. And it's something you never get in Air Factor 2. I have to say, the guys here, they do a very good job. In my opinion, of course, and nobody. But I have had more than 20 years driving in the real life. More than 8, almost 10 years driving in simulation. So I have some knowledge. Even though maybe I'm not professional driver, never drove one Formula car in my life, but in my modest opinion, I think it's quite good. It's really what should be our Air Factor don't have. Or maybe I should buy some package they have. Maybe they'll behave better. I should buy one, but for the free modding is outside, especially Formula 1 car I drive a lot, don't feel quite the same. See, I lose 3 seconds in Air Factor. If you get the spin like I did, you lose more than 3 seconds, because the car is not responding how your input to try to save the spin. And that is something I just gonna go for the full lap, because I'm really enjoying it, and I feel I'm improving my time, my lap time. So get confident with the car. You can, another thing, you can go over the curves and really no problem like it should be. That's why there are the curves there. Air Factor 2, I don't know if the modding things or the way they make the circuit, but really it's like you hit a bump very hard in your wheel when you try to reach and get over the curves. Here no, here you feel you lose a little bit grip, but it's not big deal. I've understood a little bit there in the entrance. Anyway, I'm saving half of the second more fast. I get greedy there. Oh. But see what I tell you, you can control the car even you lose it. I use my knowledge in the real life and my skill as a driver, and I saved the car. I didn't crash. In Factor 2 you do that and you ended up crashing. It's not responding what should. So whatever you do with the steering wheel don't help you. Well, I'm gonna finish here because I don't want to make it a long video. But as fast as go, this Assetto Corsa Competizione is a very good game. For somebody it's just enjoy to drive cars. Doesn't matter when you drive something like this, doesn't matter what position you finish in the race, because you are enjoying the drive. Take the car to the limit. You feel you can make a mistake. I made a few, but anyway you can recover the car and you can come back and go on. Air Factor 2, you make a mistake and you go to the grass and the car don't get any grip, not react like normally you expect to do, and it's a crash, and the frustration start to shake it, the wheel, everything is the force feedback in Air Factor 2, I have to say, is really bad, because when you have, I don't know, flat tires start to shaking, and I don't think the real cars do that. I don't know, I never drove, I have to say, Formula cars or wherever, or GT cars, but I don't think that is so hard. They say the Formula 1 car, I hear in the radio when I see the Formula 1 races, the real life, they say they have some vibration. Maybe in Formula 1 car, but they try to simulate that things, but I think quite they have the game, the base of the game, Air Factor 2, I'm sorry, it's not good. And they try to make this detail to make you believe it's kind of simulation, but sadly it's not. Because if you mix bad modding, bad physics, bad response of the chassis of the car, I don't know, gravity center of the car, all the factors influencing the racing car, they are not properly done or proportionally done. You put the things like the wheels, start to be, you lock your brakes and they start to vibrate. The wheel is really, I'm sorry, it's really annoying. You can say, okay, it's part of the simulation, but why Air Factor 2 company don't make a mod of Formula 1 car, for example? It's the most community racing that. It's not official Formula 1 mod or Air Factor 2. Why didn't do that? Why? I don't understand. It's more 5 years it's out that game and still not. You pay a lot for GT things, but not Formula 1 car. Is the most of people racing that. Is the question there? If somebody know the reason why, just let me know in the comment. But really, it's all about now is just Assetto Corsa Competizione. I have to say it's very good. This I just plugged my Thrustmaster TX Ferrari 458 version and just tune up just the pedals, and that's it. And I'm gonna show you what I do, so you can, if you have the same problem, if you are newbie in this world, you don't know, you have to tune up some things to make work this type of game. Of course, you don't drive it with the controller. So you go to options and then you go to controls, and then here is your wheel. You have to select wheel here, and you have to use axis, and the throttle you have to plug there is inverted. Sorry. If you unlock this, what's happened is all the time on, and you press it and it's go down. So if you have the 3 brake, clutch and throttle are full all the time, when you press it, it's going down. So it's crazy, it's wrong. So you have to just click here, invert it, and that's it, and it's properly. I press it and go up, the brakes the same way, and the clutch pedal too, and the chips work the same way. So just it's the only thing I do. I drive in 450 degrees of steering lock, and it's all I do. I change some buttons here to change some dash page, as you see here, but pretty much it was that. I'm racing with the if you want to watch the specification video, I'm racing 1080p HD. I have this like it came. I didn't change anything here. All the video settings is all like you see here. It's just default. I didn't change anything, so it's look the game like that from the box. And thank you for watching. Remember, it's Victor74 channel. If you like the video, this kind of type of video, just subscribe. And I'm gonna be doing more this week. I have in the cooking one video of Formula One video game, Codemaster, the version 2015, 2014, 2018, and 2020. 2020, it's like a comparison. It is with the McLaren. It's going to be McLaren car, one lap in Spa-Francorchamps. You're going to see the difference between the timing take one lap or another with nothing touching. Just I plug the volant and always are going to do the same thing, guys. I'm not going to tune it up to look like a professional driver, or the first lap I'm going to make the record in the world, the fastest lap in one circuit. No, I just wanted to share my experience with you and to be part of. We always started for nothing, and it's nice to have some guys give you his normal guy, just plug the volant, put the video game on, and race it and share their knowledge, share the experience. So this week, more far, or maybe next week, I'm gonna put that video on. So now, so far, Assetto Corsa Competizione is very good game. I was driving Formula One car, the Codemaster version of the game. I was driving so far some dirty rally cars, quite good too. They are fun. I'm gonna make some videos in the future, not so far in the future, the next week maybe I'm gonna put some videos new. But so far, for feedback, the feel of the wheel, the steering wheel in this game is so far the best. For my opinion, without tuning up nothing, we don't have knowledge, you don't have to read manuals or watch tutorials or over the net to try to make your wheel feel is working, because in Air Factor 2, I'm sorry, I loved the game. But now when you start to, I don't know, discover new simulation games, you realize Air Factor 2 is in the past, sadly, and is very far behind. Really is. You have to belong to that little world to know what to have to move, open some files in the configuration of the game, and change things. That, I'm sorry, but that for people you want to have fun for racing is annoying, because it's annoying. You race and guys, they in online servers, they are faster 5, even 8 seconds than you, and then you realize it's wasting time because you touch things you don't know, because it's a lot of, they try to make it as realistic with the setup. And maybe it is, but it depends on what mode or what car you are driving and who designed that mode, who decide the engine, who decide the suspension, who decide how is the downforce working, the drag, the brakes. And mostly the people are respecting their models. They're quite good, but I feel they're losing the reality. And the reality is, the cars, they are not so difficult to control. That's the point. You don't have to be driving like in ice. to feel, oh, this is a good video game. It's challenging me. It's not rally car. Come on. This car, they're racing car. And some people say, oh, you don't have to use the traction control, but some competition in the real life, they allow to use it. So why you don't use it in the video games? In the real life, they use it for some reason. It's not to give you advantage, it's for safety. Because this GT car, they have a lot of horsepower. If you don't have some that electronic help, you're gonna be spinning all the time. Because they are really big engines. Well, I'm talking too much. Maybe I'm gonna cut this part of the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to make my comment. Leave some comment there, and see you around, guys. Have a good time.